Welcome to the Follow the Light CNS Ministries weekly message for July 5th, 2026. This is ProphetessMaryAyodele, and our message this week is guided by the phrase, see what you have. We could also say, see what you already have. We're reflecting on how we can walk wisely with the Most High during this coming week. A brief review is appropriate right now because the prophetic word of healing for the summer season of 2026 is what we are diving into at a deeper level. All of the points that were revealed for me to reveal publicly are on your screen right now. If you cannot see your screen, I will read them aloud for you. These points are to honor your elders and remember where you came from. Deal with your vision, both spiritually and physically. Do not agitate your enemies. Honor the women in your life. Be humble and grateful. Prepare for astounding blessings and provision. Share your blessings with your community quietly. In order to step into the fullness of this prophetic message, I want to encourage you to go to my YouTube channel, which is found at youtube.com/ProphetessMaryAyodele, or you can go to the other social platforms that are existing right now. I am on all of them, Instagram and TikTok, and listen to the prophetic word of healing for the year of 2026 and the prophetic word of healing for spring of 2026, because everything we're doing today stands on the shoulders of what we have done yesterday. So consequently, the prophetic words that are revealed today are standing on the foundation that was built for us previously as revealed by the Most High. So the message this week is dealing with um, what we see in front of us and learning to notice the blessings we already have. We have three supporting scriptures for that. Many times I want to back up a minute and say that when you practice gratitude, you're going to open the eyes of your faith. I have a podcast called Facing the Situation, and you can find that on podcast platforms. And the first two seasons are dedicated to talking about how to practice gratitude, literally practice it as a spiritual practice. Practicing gratitude every day can change your life. Sometimes we spend a lot of time waiting for the next blessing and we overlook the blessings we already have. Now, summer is a season of tending to things. We are in the summer season right now in the Northern Hemisphere. And before we ask for more, we're being invited this week to faithfully care for what the Most High has already placed in our hands. So we don't want to overlook what we already have, worrying about what we want or what we don't have. One of the primary scriptures that support this vision is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18. I invite you all to read that entire chapter and not just that verse when you have a chance. The portion that we're going to deal with today says, give thanks in all circumstances. And after that, there's a lot more to be said about that. Philippians chapter 4, verses 11 through 13 says, I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. Something to unpack and deal with. Contentment does not mean complacency. It does mean to stop the war within yourself to get more. And I'm not speaking of basic needs. I'm speaking of more than basic needs. In Exodus chapter 16, verse 15, which I think is foundational, and you can sit with it, you can print it out, think about this regularly beyond this week, which says, the bread from heaven was already present before the people recognized what it was. That right there should stop you in your tracks. So the bread from heaven was already there before people even recognized it was there. This reality can be reflected currently in our lives, where the thing we think we don't have, we have it. We don't even recognize we have it. So the spiritual invitation this week is to see what you have. The practices recommended for this week, the reflections you can step into are: notice where the Most High is already working in your life in ways that you may have failed to see. Notice once again where the Most High is already working that you may have failed to see. Point 2 is, what gifts have you overlooked because you've been looking for something else? What gifts have you overlooked because you're looking for something else? And point 3, every day write 3 ways you've experienced the blessing of the Most High in your life. These are really detailed ways to say practice gratitude. What are you grateful for today? Name 3 things you're grateful for at the end of every day. This message has been brought to you by Follow the Light, Cherubim and Seraphim Ministries. You may reach out to me for prayer or to answer any questions you may have by writing ProphetessMaryAyodele@gmail.com. If you're looking at your screen, my email address is at the bottom of your screen. May you go forth and love, light, peace, and joy, and spread your love, light, and peace and joy wherever you go. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, amen.